Give me a fun fact about philosophy, English, about biology, about Greek. Tell me your favourite fun fact about classics. What's your favourite history fun fact?
Ooh,
I'm not sure.
there are loads of really quite wacky ones.
Does it have to be about biology?
It's more of a history one.
I mean, to be fair, history always has the best fun facts.
It's just the best, isn't it?
What is your fun fact about biology?
Duck penises are corkscrew shaped.
Why? Why are they... Go into it a bit more.
That's what she said.
Is how they provide rizz to female ducks.
God's sake. The biologist response.
So it's
Thank you.
evolutionarily favoured.
It really
It's an
is.
evolutionary stable strategy.
How? Why don't we have corkscrew penises then?
Don't you?
Females didn't want to get raped by the males. They evolved corkscrew-shaped vaginas, so the males couldn't penetrate, and then the males obviously have to follow suit and develop corkscrew-shaped penises.
So, like, during penetration, do they do sort of multiple 360s to get in?
I don't know how it works, but it basically means you can't do it fast. So they're like, the females want a bit of time.
They're always consenting then?
It's ducks.
I think the only people who know the answer to that is the ducks themselves.
Yeah, it's more likely both parties are on board than other animals.
They can't do like chickens where the male just jumps on and jumps off.
Yeah.
The issue is they're screwed in, so you can't back out.
Yeah, like it's hard for them to get in, but then once they're in,
There's no going out.
No coming around.
Jeremy Bentham's mummified head is preserved in UCL is quite a good one.
on like a straw body or something, right?
Yeah,
Like they've got
I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird.
Yeah, I do not want to see that. It's so weird. Did he lecture at UCL?
Yeah, he founded UCL,
Oh,
I believe.
okay. What's your favourite English fun fact?
Ooh, you've got all the lovely little romantics facts, like Byron's bear and everything, but they're a bit old news.
Tell them anyway.
So we've got the romantics, and they're all completely self-obsessed
Yep.
and vain, and they think they're going to save the world by writing down a couple of metaphors every now and then. I love the romantics, I promise. Byron was a caricature of himself on purpose. He had a pet bear that he used to carry around the London gardens on a lead just to like freak out his neighbours because he could. He decided that his poetry, as it turned out, wasn't actually changing the world, and so he thought he'd go and fight in the Greek Civil War. And he goes to Greece, and on his way to the battlefield, he catches like a disease, and he goes to the hospital, and the doctors are so freaked out that they're treating Lord Byron, the celebrity, that they put so many leeches on him that he doesn't die of the fever, he dies of loss of blood. The pap got him. they took him out.
Got him. The pap being leeches. I mean, I
Leeches
suppose
and
they are.
terrifying.
What's your favourite history fun fact?
Napoleon wasn't actually small. He was average height for the time because there's a difference between how French measure inches to the Americans. So he was 5'4" in French inches, but in American it's actually like 5'8", which was perfectly normal for the time.
5'5" is not even that small.
Giant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't destroy his confidence.
But didn't they also say that he like it was significantly smaller? He sort of was down here. This is weird. He would like put his little legs into bigger legs or something like that.
Brits say whatever we want about French people.
So basically, Napoleon is as tall as Rishi Sunak.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
And what's your favourite physics fun fact?
My favourite physics fun fact is that Schrödinger once went on a week-long retreat with many hired mistresses and came back with 3 Nobel Prize-worthy physics papers.
And were those mistresses
Questionable
dead or
fact.
alive when they got back?
They were alive.
That was meant to be a joke.
What?
That was meant to be a Schrödinger's catch.
Bazinga.
That took me way too long.
Well, I mean, I had to explain it to you. Tell me your favourite fun fact about classics.
There are loads of really quite wacky ones, but I like that the poet Catullus wrote some really, really smarty poems, and there was one that was so explicit that it wasn't translated till the 20th century.
Tell me your favourite fun history fact.
Oh my god, history's awesome. So Brezhnev, one of the leaders of the USSR, he was very vain man, which kind of is like comes with the job, but he awarded himself over 100 medals throughout his time leading the USSR, and one of them was the Lenin Prize for Literature, which he awarded to his own autobiography.
That's incredible.
Which I think is like the ultimate Girlboss move. And he's just like, gatekeeping his own existence via medals. He had to get his little chest plate extended to fit all of his medals on it.
He's like the essence of RuPaul.
If you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna love somebody else?
I think for archaeology, there's something funny. So if you go to like Egypt, for example, right, and you're looking at a lot of these like tombs and like sarcophagus, sometimes you'll see some graffiti from like 1,000 years after from like Roman visitors, like Roman tourists, right?
Like Caesar was here.
You'll see like a dick print sometimes. But
Really?
yeah, you'll see that a lot.
Wait, as in they drew a dick or they pressed their own penis?
I haven't seen the impressed dicks on it. I've seen a drawn one. I'm still looking for that other one though.
Love to hear that. That's a tradition as old as time. Your friend goes away and you like draw a dick on their homework,
right.
Or like your friend dies and you draw a dick on their tomb.
Yeah, and also you'll see a lot of like reviews for like this tourist place was awful, never come here again. You won't see 5 stars, but basically it's like 3 stars, like terrible place, never come here again. They have a bunch of like Roman names like signed under it sometimes, which is funny. But that's still like archaeological evidence, so it's really interesting seeing like these places were old even back then.
Do you know Kellogg's, the cornflakes?
Yeah.
He's most of the reason why the majority of Americans, I don't know the statistics off my head,
Are obese.
most Americans are circumcised.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Kellogg was like very kind of religious and he didn't like masturbation. So he invented cornflakes to be such a bland food that it stopped people masturbating because it was so unexciting. And then also with the money he gained from that, he like did loads of kind of promotions of like the sanitary nature of circumcision because it's more clean. And then loads of people were circumcised. And then if you're circumcised and your son's being born and the doctor's just like, do you want me to circumcise them? You're like, yeah. So most Americans are circumcised because of cornflakes.
Wow. Right, what's your favourite fun fact?
There's more of a history one. Aqua Tofana in Rome, she would make all these poisons to kill the husbands because divorce wasn't a thing. She like killed over 100 people, and they went to the police because some girl who was 15 bought poison from her and messed up the system, and the police just didn't believe a woman could do that, so they just didn't arrest her.
The Roman police were just like, a woman killing someone? Nah.
No, never.
Well, patriarchy has some benefits then, I guess.
This is probably why you're going to be on a list when you graduate. It's the fact that you could just go around poisoning like hundreds of men.
Yeah, you're going to learn how to build a bomb. No, I can't put that on the TikTok. What's a fun geography fact?
Oh, yeah. So in Central Asia, because of like the post-Soviet like nation building and stuff, what you'll see is a lot of like weird little like territories in each other's countries. Tajikistan, for example, as I'm sure many of you know, has like a bunch of like smaller little like enclaves in the other countries, and they have to like show their passport when they go in. And there's like an enclave in an enclave in an enclave within some of the countries, so it's like kind of hard to like get through sometimes.
Fun fact about Greek.
Ooh, so much medical language in English and other European languages use Greek words to describe parts of the body in a kind of medical register. But those very high register medical words in Greek are everyday words. And it's kind of interesting for someone learning the language, it makes learning the language easier because you can find all these hidden connections. So for example, in Greek, to say I feel like doing something or I fancy doing something, you say echo όρεξη να κάνω κάτι. Όρεξη literally means appetite. So you're saying I have appetite to do something. And you might be thinking, where on earth are you going with this? What does όρεξη mean? But όρεξη, as the penny just dropped, όρεξη is of course used in the medical register. If you are without appetite, anorexy, you're anorexic. And that's the case with so many other things. You can probably tell from the way I'm standing in this video, I'm slightly dyspraxic, but dyspraxia just means doing nothing. Praxi meaning doing.
Yeah. Practicing.
Practicing, exactly.
I don't know how to detect that someone's dyspraxic from the way they're standing.
I don't know, I'm self-conscious about this actually, Ollie.
I think you're standing perfectly fine.
Am I? Okay.
You study 3 subjects, so just like pick your poison.
Can I steal history?
Subject. I mean, to be fair, history always has the best fun facts.
It's
just
true.
the best, isn't it? Like, it's the best fun thing. It's not very good in a practical sense. What are you going to do with history afterwards?
No idea.
Yeah, exactly.
I've no idea.
Right, so you were like, I'm going to do something history, and you had nothing.
You could do politics. The fact that the Republican and Democrat like symbols. They were propaganda given from opposite sides of the political spectrum. The Democrats, the elephant, right? It was basically saying, oh, the Democrats are these old, massive, like fat, slow men who won't achieve anything. And the Democrats said that the Republicans were these like cowboy slinging donkeys who were just running around the place headlessly, like not thinking about anything. Both parties reclaimed those symbols and they're now completely accepted by the parties as like descriptions of themselves.
That's kind of cool. Like the way that we reclaimed the pink triangle for the gays.
Someone recently tried to reclaim Tory scum at the Conservative
oh God,
Party
yeah,
concert.
I saw that.
No, but I was thinking, imagine if you're a hardline Tory Party member in your like late 60s and you walk around and you see someone wearing a Tory scum badge. You're not going to immediately think, yeah, partner.